it's Suwin's Pay, and we are back with another video. What are we doing today?
So this past weekend, the ANC, the biggest political party in the country, launched their 2024 manifesto for the election.
Manifesto time.
We're gonna get into each point.
Okay, cool.
One by one, and we'll discuss what we think about them. So one of the optics of the manifesto that I saw people unhappy about is that Biggie Clearly flew in. So Biggie Clearly flew in using SAPS helicopter, which cost taxpayers millions for something like that. And people were not happy that he did that instead of coming in via normal means of travel.
Yeah,
that's one of the first things people are like. These people blatantly
like, why
abuse.
are you so extra? Yeah, they like being extra and using state resources in their extraness. Like, this is the thing why I think these people think they're like kings and queens and, you know, in their own little world, and we just they're just using our funds to live out this.
So yeah, it's just another display of our ministers blatantly abusing state resources for their own benefits. Another thing that happened in the manifesto, obviously, that people were just checking out the numbers, and seeing if ANC was capable of filling up the stadium. And to no one's surprise, ANC did fill up the stadium. It was filled to capacity. And but unlike the EFF, the ANC brought in
people from outside,
people from other
people
provinces.
Took buses and things like that.
Our people have traveled from Gauteng. Gauteng is here. The Eastern Cape is here. The Western Cape is here. In Northwest is here. In Free State nayo ikhona.
At the end of the day, it was kind of like a dick measuring contest. Against the EFF, they wanted to show that the EFF that no, we can do this much better than you. We can fill up the stadium more than you.
But like, why don't you do it in an honorable way? And the honorable way would be for it.
Well, there's no rules to it, so you can't really say that it's honorable or whatever.
Oh my gosh!
Nobody said it must only be people from KZN to go to the manifesto. So they were just like, they were even saying in the stage that no, they actually filled up the stadium, unlike some other people that were here before.
Are you serious?
And they were even making jokes about the whole snot thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, nobody will deny that the stadium is full. President, you can be assured, awuzuluza mafinyela apa. Awunawuphuma mafinyela igcwele lento.
So yeah, there was a bit of a dick measuring contest going on there as well, and the ANC they successfully filled up the stadium to capacity, like it was full, which is a very worrying sight for the people who want to vote the ANC out, because wherever the ANC goes,
there's still strong numbers there.
So everybody knows wherever the ANC goes, they pull numbers. They're able to pull a lot of people to their rallies and whatever events they're doing. So it wasn't really surprising to anybody that they were able to fill up the stadium, even though they had to pull in other people from other provinces to do so. But either way, they achieved that objective, and they achieved the optic of mass support, because that was the whole point of. That's the whole point of launching a manifesto in a stadium. It's to show opposition, it's to show the rest of the country that
that we got the support.
They got mass support, and they've achieved that goal. And then lastly, Cyril's speech, again, it wasn't that good.
Was meant.
Most of his talking points I've already heard before about unemployment, load shedding. So yeah, if you've heard him speak about the country's issues and what he's willing to change and do, if you've heard it before, you've probably heard it 1,000 times from Cyril. So yeah, his speech wasn't that good, but I don't know why he keeps harboring on this thing like so much. But he was talking about the 350s again, like it makes a difference in people's lives. He was saying that 350 changes people's lives. People are able to start businesses. People are able to eat, and so like he was basically saying 350 is basically good enough for people to live on.
Le 350 iyasebenza. Le 350 inceda umphakathi. Abanye bayayisebenzisa le 350 bathenga ukudla ngayo. Abanye bayayisebenzisa bayofuna imisebenzi. Abanye le 350 bayayisebenzisa ukuyoqala ama-business wabo.
I don't know why he keeps hawking on the 350.
That's crazy.
I'm sure he knows that it's not enough for somebody to live on.
Crazy.
But I guess he's just trying to. I guess he's just trying to drill in the point to the people that no, the grant that we give you is good enough for you to live on.
To live and survive.
So there's nothing that you should be complaining about.
Like, we're doing a lot for you, so be grateful.
But yeah, it's very weird. It was kind of strange. But okay, let's get into these 5 or 6 talking points here. So point number 1 is obviously creating employment. We've heard this 1,000 times. We heard this in the last election. History speaks for itself. You can just look back the last 5 years.
Yep.
They made this promise last time as well, and they haven't delivered. So,
yep.
What do you think is going to change?
I can never be optimistic about anything changing with the ANC.
So, actually, a good exercise would be to bring up the 2019 manifesto and compare it to this one here, and see what are the differences or what are the similarities or whatever. But I'm pretty sure it's they literally. I'm pretty sure they're bringing up the same things that they want to implement. They just reworded it now.
Yes.
Like, if you know, like in his speech, he wasn't saying we're gonna create jobs, right? He was saying we're gonna create job opportunities. It's like we're gonna create work opportunities or employment opportunities instead of directly saying we're gonna create jobs, because he's been saying they're gonna create jobs for like the past 5-6 years now, but they haven't been able to do that. So now they're just trying to they're rephrasing the things that they're saying in just to make it sound different or new to the voter and stuff like that. But it's all the same stuff. The ANC have proven that they can't create jobs, so this point here, I'm not too sure about. Next point number 2 is talking about industrialization of the economy.
Yes.
Again,
what has been difficult with doing that all this time, that is gonna now miraculously make it easy to do.
The beautiful thing about the ANC is that they have a track record that we can go back on and look at.
Yeah, we can compare to something. Is it gonna take another 30 years?
So if you heard some of his speeches, like even in this manifesto speech, he wasn't talking about the past 5 years. He was talking about 30-year period. It's like in the last 30 years, we're able to do this, able to do that, able to do this.
And yes, over the 30 years, we have also been able to meet the basic needs of our people.
And again, if you read between the lines, the only reason he's doing that is because
nothing's been happening in the past 5 years.
Yeah, in the past 5 years, there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing they can say that they've done. So they want to use a 30-year period to brainwash the
which
voter.
Is wrong, because there was a point in time. We don't argue that, like, South Africa has always been terrible. Like, remember how we always talk about, like, South Africa did seem promising at some point, because things were looking like they were looking up and they're gonna be good or whatever. So I feel like they will always use, like, a few of those good moments or whatever as, like, this is what we did, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, if that was really you, you'd still be consistent with that. You'd still be doing it even now.
That's not the point of a 5-year election.
Yeah.
A 5-year period, you should be judged based on what you've done.
Tell us what, yes. If we give you another 5 years, what's going to happen? And the only way to prove us that you deserve another 5 years is to show us, hey, we're so busy in the last 5 years that we just need extra time, to finish off the project we currently have. Now it's almost like you're asking for a clean slate. Now it's like, please give me another clean slate so I can try again. Like, basically the last 5 years was a waste.
It's just a manipulation tactic to fool the voter into thinking that they have accomplished a lot
Like
in the 5 years
they-
by using the 30-year period instead.
Yes.
Because if they solely speak about the 5 years, the voters gonna understand that in the last
that
5
they
years,
haven't done anything.
the states of decline of the country
Yes.
is because of them.
It's gonna
and-
amplify it.
It's gonna amplify their failures.
Yes.
So they don't wanna focus
But
on
that's
in the
the
5 year
thing.
period. They wanna focus on
should be a mature party now in power. You know what I'm saying? Like they should be mature in power to understand that we can't give you the same grace we're giving people that have never been given an opportunity to be in power. Now it's like they're putting themselves in the same level as like the EFFs that have not been given governing power or have not been made the ruling party. Now it's like we have to understand at the same level. Like that just doesn't make sense for a 30-year-old mature party in power.
So yeah, again, this point here, which is going to be the general running theme when discussing the manifesto, is that the ANC could have done this a long time ago, but they can't do it. Okay, next point.
Tackle the high cost of living. Okay, aren't they the reason somehow that life is expensive to begin with?
If you look back into the period of like between 2012
Yeah.
and now, life has become a lot more difficult and more costly because of our government and the decisions they've made with the economy. So the economy was at an increase at some point, and then when basically after the Zuma era, the economy started shrinking, and our currency, the value of it, started to decrease as well, making our standard of living much more difficult. Yeah, so basically in the period, specifically in Ramaphosa's period as well, standard of living has gone down because the cost of living has gone up.
It's gone up, yeah.
And it's based on their decisions that they've made with the economy and the economy shrinking.
Yes.
So I don't know how they're going to change that if they haven't done so already, because obviously the high cost of living is because of them.
Yep.
So basically,
we're gonna fix our mistakes.
Yeah, the
Please
ANC
give us 5 years to fix our mistakes.
the ANC is they're just out here just to fix the things they have done. I would have preferred to say, but then again, I think they have to switch up the wording and all the stuff like that, because they've said
How
this
they
before.
gonna?
They said this before. I would prefer them to say they wanna improve the economy, basically turn around the economy and make it expand again instead of shrinking and all that stuff like that. But they've said that before. That's what I'm saying now. I'm thinking now they're using this wording now to say
Changing around wording.
tackle high cost of living, and instead of just saying no, we want to improve the economy.
Yeah.
But this is basically saying
bite size it.
they want to improve the economy. But they've said that before though, so they can't say it again.
Productivity in the economy.
They can't say it again, so they have to basically reword everything that they're saying.
Sad.
Next point. So this point here, they basically saying they want to improve service delivery, but they can't say we want to improve service delivery because they've said that before.
They've said,
and they failed to do that. So now they're like, we want to invest in people.
Invest in people. Wow. Like make them feel like you care about them individually. Well, we know we don't care.
There's several ways they want to basically invest in people, but yeah, it's literally just saying they want to improve service delivery, which is stuff they said before but they haven't done, so not much to talk about here. Next point.
Defend democracy and advance freedom.
This one's a very interesting one because I wonder why would you even say this. I think maybe the ANC might feel like there's a threat against democracy, but for me, I'm not really sure what that threat might be, unless they might be talking about, I don't know, maybe the Cape Independence thing. But they've never even spoken about Cape Independence, so I'm not even sure if they're referring to that.
No, I doubt.
Or I don't know. I don't know. Like this is scary because like ruling parties, when they start speaking stuff like this, there's some funny things happening now. Now they might feel like their rule means democracy. So in order to keep
Oh
keep
my
democracy,
gosh. You have to keep us in power.
you have to keep them in power.
Oh my gosh,
you know?
they might be fun because you can, yeah, they might be implying that, hey, all the other ones will strip you away from your democracy
Yeah,
person.
my overall thoughts is like it doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
that's kind of how I felt as well. Like, I was very disinterested, but hey, you know, maybe I should not be. Maybe I should actually try and, but it's really not going to change my feelings or my opinion. You know, I'm not going to be convinced that something's going to happen. Like, I'm not going to be convinced that there's going to be a change suddenly in the next 5 years.
So yeah, the definition of insanity is making the same decision over and over and over and expecting a different outcome. That's literally the definition of insanity. And if people think that there's going to be a change in the country while voting in the same people over and over and over, I guess we're all insane. And I guess this is what South Africa deserves then, if this is what we're voting
Absolutely.
for. For me, there's nothing to discuss about the ANC. They had their time. They've shown what they're capable of, and they've shown what they cannot do.
Yeah.
And if you want to improve the country going forward, we're gonna need to vote in a different party.
Yeah.
So,
that's the first step to change, I feel.
But unfortunately, reality is the ANC is probably still going to remain in power in some way, shape, or form because their following is too strong. So the main objective of this election is to try, by at minimum, get a coalition government
and shake things up
in
a little
place.
bit.
You know, show the ANC that there is power in democracy, that voters do get tired of mediocrity.
Yeah.
And what they want more out of the ruling party. It is what it is, guys. You guys let us know what you think about this whole situation.
Yeah, let us know.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And keep watching. Goodbye.
We'll check you guys in the next one.
Already ahead of the curve because we are already building power stations, and one of them has already gone live, a unit thereof has already gone live, and in another 18 months to 2 years, you will forget that the challenges that we had with relation to power or energy and ESCOM ever existed.